So far, we have discussed up to changing the settings of an already open document, page number 47. Today, we will start from drawing an object and grouping outline with fill. So, here first we will come to know that what is the grouping means. Here, the topic is grouping outline with fill and drawing an object. So, whenever we make a drawing in Animate, it actually creates two objects. In the previous video, I explained about the stroke color and stroke and fill. For the example, if we draw a rectangle, the border is termed as stroke and the area inside it is fill. So this is the two objects that is created in Animate. Animate treated these two, that is border or outline or stroke and area inside it, differently. So in order to create animation, first we will have to group these two. So under this topic we will discuss this. As Animate creates two objects whenever we make a drawing, that is the fill and the outline. Here outline is same as stroke. So to manipulate, that is to use elements as a single object, we need to group them. Here one thing is to be noticed, that whenever we will create animation, the first we will have to group the objects to treat as a single object. So this is very important. To do so, just follow the steps as given in the book. So first select the tool, that is pencil tool, and select brown as the stroke color, or you can select the stroke color accordingly. Here, as a drawing of tree is to be drawn, so here the stroke color is selected as brown for the trunk of the tree, and draw the trunk as shown in the figure 4.10. And after drawing this, choose the selection tool and move the pointer on the tree trunk. A curve is displayed below the arrow, and then holding down the left mouse button and drag the lines of the trunk to give a proper shape. Now select the pencil tool again and choose the smooth mode from the pencil mode option. Select green color as the stroke color, because here we have to create the other part of the tree, that is leaves. Then draw the curves of the tree top as shown in figure 4.10. Now select green color as the fill color, and then select the paint bucket tool and click inside the tree top. You all might have used the paint bucket tool in the Microsoft Paint. Similarly, fill brown color in the trunk, that is select the brown color and select paint bucket tool and click inside the trunk. Now select the selection tool, double click on the tree trunk and group them by pressing Ctrl+G. This is the shortcut key combination of grouping an object. And after pressing Ctrl+G, drag the tree trunk over the tree top. And now again select the complete tree by dragging the mouse around it, that is with the help of mouse, and now choose modify group or press Ctrl+G. The trunk and the green part, that is leaves, will be combined together. Now this drawing has been converted into a single object. Now if we need, we can apply animation on it. Or this is a perfect drawing, as now it is treated as a single object. So this is how we make drawings in the Animate. And next is applying gradient fill. Here first I will explain the meaning of gradient. As in the previous drawing, we just fill the normal color. As you can see again, just look at the figure 4.11 or 4.12. What is the color of the tree trunk and its remaining part, and look at the figure 4.13 and observe the color of the green part. The difference is that in figure 4.12 there is same shade of green, but in figure 4.13 in the central portion we can see that it is light green, and around the border it is dark green. So this is how gradient fill works. Gradient means some part is light and some part is dark. Some portion is light and some portion is dark. To do so, just follow the steps. I think it is not needed to be explained. So I will move ahead. Next is creating a new gradient. We can create a gradient in two ways. Linear gradient, that is, we will make a drawing in a straight line and then applying gradient from a starting point to the end point of the straight line. In a radial gradient, it changes color in a circular outward direction, that is, in the central portion it will be dark and in the outer portion it will be light, as we can see in the figure. In this figure, the linear gradient and radial gradient. In the linear gradient we can see a rectangle, and from its starting point, that is from bottom, it is dark, and as it move upwards it becomes lighter. And in radial, that is in circular manner, it is dark in the central portion, and as we move to the boundary it becomes lighter. To create such linear and gradient radial fills, just follow the steps. We will do these topics during the lab. So here I just try to introduce you all the meaning of the topic, that what is the topic. And the next is modifying a linear gradient. We can also modify a linear gradient. For example, as we apply linear gradient, then from starting to ending, from starting it is dark, and at end it is towards end it becomes lighter. But what about that if we want that to shift this darker and lighter space somehow else? So to do so, just look at the figure 4.15 and compare this with figure 4.13. Just look at your book. In figure 4.13, the portion in between of the green part is lighter and the surrounding part is darker. But in figure 4.15, the first half is lighter and the second half is darker. This is how we can modify a linear gradient. To do so, just follow the steps. And next, the changing the center of the gradient. In figure 4.16, just compare these two. We can change the center of the gradient. Here, center of the gradient means it is the part, or it is the portion that is the combination of both lighter and darker part. That is, here it's one side it is lighter part and other side it is darker part. So we can change this center also. Just compare the figure given in 4.16. Here the center of the gradient has been shifted to its right, and now in the second figure this consists, the more part is lighter and the lesser part is darker. So to do so, just follow the steps. We just bring the pointer over the center point and drag the center point in a desired direction to change its position and observe the change. Just if you want, we can also drag it upwards or downwards. Next, the changing the width of the gradient. You can also change the width of the gradient. To do so, just follow the steps. I don't think that it is required to be explained. We will move to the next point. Rotating the gradient. We can also rotate the gradient. To do so, just position the pointer over the rotation handle. Pointer shape changes to the arrow given, and then drag the rotation handle clockwise or anti-clockwise, means rightward or leftward. Clockwise means in the direction of needle of the clock. Modifying a radial gradient. To modify, we can also modify radial gradient. So far we modified the linear gradient, now radial gradient. Here one thing is to be noticed, that difference between linear gradient and radial gradient. In a linear gradient, from starting to end, it is darker to lighter, and in a radial gradient, it happens in circular manner, means surrounded part is darker and middle portion is lighter, or middle portion is darker and surrounding portion is lighter. To do so, just follow the steps. Select the gradient or transformation tool. Transformation means to change the form. So we select gradient transformation tool in the tools panel, then click on the object. The bounding shape will appear as shown in figure 4.9, and adjust the gradient as required. The first identify, whenever we select the transformation tool and then object, just identify the different part of the drawing, like center of the gradient and rotation handle and width adjustment handle and radius adjustment handles, and place the mouse pointer accordingly to that part and drag it. The next is editing objects. We can also edit objects. As we edit text to alter, we can also edit objects to alter its shape. For example, selecting objects to first, in order to edit the objects, first select the object. To do so, just click on the selection tool and then click and drag the selection box around the object and release the mouse button. Or the other method is double click on the object to select both stroke and fill. Here one thing is to be noticed that single click and double click have different meaning. If we single click, then object will not be selected. To select the object, double click on the object. And then we can transform the shape, that is to change its shape. To do so, just follow the steps. We will do these during the lab. The next is to scale an object. Follow these steps. Here, to scale an object means to make the object bigger or smaller, that is to any scale. Just try to understand the term, then you can do it perfectly. To scale an object means to make the object bigger than the original or smaller than the original. To do so, we will also select the 3 transform tool from the tools panel and double click on the object. To scale the object in both the horizontal or vertical, we can scale the object in both the way, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means left to right, that is width, change the width, or vertical, that is top to bottom, that is height of an object. We can scale the object to according to its height. Follow the steps. We will do this during the lab. And now rotating an object. You can also rotate the object. To rotate this, select the object, then select the modify, transform, and rotate and skew. Skew means inclined. In Hindi it is tircha. We can also rotate the object in inclined way, in slant, tircha. And skewing an object, that is to rotate the object in slant way. Object को तिरछा करने के लिए, as we can see in the figure 4.23, it is skewed. that is object has been skewed. To do so, just follow the steps. And the next is flipping an object. Flip means to turn the object. As we can see, figure 4.24, there is two fish, and these two fish appear after flipping the object. That is, first create one fish, then flip this object, that is fish. You can get another fish just beside it, as we can see in the figure 4.24. In the same manner as it is kept in front of a mirror. That is, another fish appears as its image. Next, copying object. Copying means if you want to make a copy of the given object, then we copy it and then paste it somewhere else. To do so, just follow the steps. It is very simple. We will do this during the lab. And the next is moving an object. Moving an object means we can place the given object somewhere else. The copying and moving, these two are different things. Copying means we create another copy of the object and place somewhere else, and moving means we place the object from one place to some other place. And the next is importing graphics. Importing graphics means to bring an image or figure onto the stage from the storage device. That is, we bring an image or figure to the stage from storage, that is hard disk or your disk drive, or from pen drive, that is flash drive. To do so, select the file and then click on the import and then import to stage. The import dialog box appears, and then browse and select the file that we want to import and click on open. After clicking on open, the file will be opened on the figure will be opened on the stage. And the rest topics will be discussed in the next class. If you have any problem, put your problem. And we will do this. However, these are lab oriented. This video is only for to make you all familiar with the topic, with the term.